question is about reparations and what would logistically help level the playing field. There was a college in New England, and hopefully somebody can remember which one it was, who said that their heritage, the college founders had owned slaves, and so that in an attempt to make up for that history, they were going to make tuition free for African American students, people of color. Does that ring a bell with anybody who that was? Who were the descendants of slaves?
I feel like it was Brown.
It was who?
I feel like it was Brown, but maybe not.
Okay, because it was in the news, I read it, my heart leapt up, I was like, yes, this is a logistical thing that can happen. And then apparently they voted on it, and their current board voted it down. It was a narrow margin, but still it was voted down and it didn't happen. But I've been thinking about that ever since. What are good logistical ways that we could have reparations, or just like people of color pay no taxes, something like that? And is there a movement out that's working toward this? And where can I sign on and support it?
I was just going to say go to google.com.
You're right, and I have Googled it.
Well, that when, if you, again, I'm talking as a history major, but in history, there was a point in time where white people were slaves, or indentured servants, or whatever you want to call it. And once they were released, they were given land and they were given, money and things like that. So I think something like that could be appropriated, and that was, 500 years ago. So I think that, maybe, and you're not going to get the same answer from every single black person, and everyone's going to tell you something different. But I think that land would be a great thing. Probably for a lot of people to help them, get a house. Were you trying to say something?
Yes. Okay. I belong to a communist party. And there's a book published by our party called Black Marxism and Reparations. I don't need this. It's called Black Marxism and Reparations. And it talks about laying the foundations of black nationalism, black Marxism, and establishing reparations for black people. So, yes. It's literally called Black Marxism and Reparations. And it talks about establishing black nationality in the United States. And it addresses the question of how should we respond to black people who wish to go to Africa and live there. And it says that we should support them wholeheartedly in their quest for self-determination. So.
Thank you. I want to say one brief thing. This is kind of the end of the road for us. So make it good. Turn it on.
First off, like our sister said, we have died, shedded blood, sweat, and tears in this land to tell us to go back somewhere, when those that are of European descent are not even the inhabitants of this land. So if we were to tell you to go back to Europe, into the hills and the cave sides, then we would be looked at as racist, like we were saying earlier, we'd be looking at as we're picking on y'all. When y'all came over here on your own, we was brought over here in the hulls of ships. So reparation is possible because you can look at America today, and how they give back to Japan, how they give back to Australia, how they give back to Israel. See, they are giving all of those reparations for something they haven't done. But for us blacks, we're not getting anything. And I heard him say vote. But he was saying we should vote. And she gave a statistic of the way we voted. Well, why, if we're equal as y'all, that you have to pass a law so many years to make us be able to vote?
Well, and I think the other part of that is that an awful lot of recent campaigns have been about denying the vote to certain groups of people as well. So there's that. But we're going to end on this note tonight, unless somebody has an uplifting thought. Is there a pebble from LeSharon?
There is a pebble.
Yes, what's the pebble? Okay.
Actually, it's not a pebble, it's a shameless plug.
Okay, okay.
Inclusion Spotlight, we're going to be doing an interfaith panel 1 week from today, University of West Florida. On the panel, Muslims, Buddhists, Mormon, Jewish, Catholic, Baptist, Methodist, Universalist, Unitarian, I'm hoping I'm saying that right. Anyway, we have about 12 panel members. It's going to be facilitated, moderated by Robin Richard, and the whole focus is how do we build an inclusive community even in the face of all the kinds of conversation we're having here today, because here's what I believe. I believe that I am an American. And regardless of what all the problems are, we can work toward a shared vision of a powerful America, an America that's united toward a common goal. We have enemies, and it's not the people in this room. You wouldn't be here if you didn't care, and none of us is perfect. So anyway, I just want to say...
Okay, how about a little dance, mister? I can see your feet moving. So, thank you very much. Yes, go to the inclusion panel. It'll be wonderful. Next Wednesday? Is that Thursday? Next Thursday. Thank you so